Time to turn the music down low, 'cause I don't wanna get hit with a copy strike. And hello there everyone, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. It is the DOUG here once again. Now, a lot of you are probably expecting Devil May Cry. Let me turn down my phone that I'm using, because I don't want an echo. Don't you hate when that happens? But before we get to what this game is, I do have one of my partners in crime. He's currently at MRB headquarters protecting the world from devastation and hopefully to unite people who love boobies and ass. It is Mr. Jones. And the reason I say boobies and ass, well, this is Sakura Swin Club. And if you've been a part of this channel for a while, we did one of these sex demon games a few months back. And, well, guess who made this game? Correct. And the same creators of High School Romance. So, if you don't know what we're about to get into, we're about to see some tits, ass. Yeah, just so you... Exactly, shame on you. Shame on you for letting your kid watch this, because this is not appropriate for children. But in better words, it is a rated M game that, well, it's as close censor they can get to. There is an uncensored version, but unfortunately I live in America. Fuck yeah, we don't want you seeing titties. What's even funny though, this is why I want to bring this up. You know there's actually strip clubs now that they don't take clothes off? Why would that even exist? I'm a man, I can admit this. If I'm... Exactly. There's actually a few strip clubs in my area open, but here's the problem. Even before the thing started, they were strip clubs that the women didn't take their clothes off. They were wearing pretty much pasties, and I'm like, if you're gonna say strip club, there better be some nudity, because if not, it's not a strip club, it's a dance club. Sorry, I'm sure somebody's gonna be mad at me about that, but I don't care. Drink some Coca-Cola. Alright, let's get this started. This should be fun. Now, I did platinum the game on PS5 this morning, but I used the trick. For anyone who's going to want to play this and doesn't want to read the story or follow the story along with us, can actually set the game to just auto-skip and you'll get all the trophies. But we're not here for that, so that's why pretty much when I set that up, I ignored the entire thing, just kept my eyes closed and hit random buttons, so I didn't get spoiled by the story. In better words, this is technically blind, but the platinum is easy. Anyone should be able to get this platinum. But anyway, morning. Not my favorite time of day. I agree with that statement. Mornings suck. Mornings would be better if they happened at noon. Why, I choke on a Skittles wild berry flavor. The morning is when you're awake enough to do anything. You're not awake enough to do anything. Yeah, you can't even have sex when you're waking up in the morning. It's too difficult. You need your coffee. Yet there's so many different things to be done at once. I have to shower. I have to get breakfast. I have to get ready for the day. 'Cause it's a new day. Yes, it is. I am not a fan of mornings. But no amount of complaining can change that. So the only thing to do is to face the day. Bit by bit, I drag myself out of bed. Bright warm rays of light spill between my curtains and into my room. And why does every freaking video game character the last few months have a better room than I do? What the fuck? This ain't fair to Flair. It's another beautiful sunlit day. It's also a long walk to my new university. Okay, so I thought he was in high school in this game. Okay. So I can spend plenty of time in the sun while I'm here. Main character, we're just going to call him K. Good morning, Ward. Not that I think mornings are good. Oh, here's something I found out today, too, when I was watching YouTube. You know how YouTube will put up random videos of stuff that you don't even know existed? Apparently, there was an episode, and I actually watched all of it because I couldn't believe they got away with this in the 90s, or late 80s, early 90s. Captain Planet versus Hitler. Yeah, I thought it was a joke episode, but no, it's a real episode. It actually aired on television. I'm like, huh? And the sad thing is, Captain Planet had a hard time beating Hitler. That's what even makes it more stupid. He says in the cartoon episode, it's Hitler. They try to describe it not to look it because they changed his mustache. They give him a Fu Manchu, but everyone kind of figures that. Everyone kind of figured out in the comics, yeah, because this is Hitler. It's all that. He said this man's beating me because of his pure hatred for other kinds of humans, and I'm like, how did they get away with this? Granted, that is true. Not that I think mornings are good. So there's your random thought of the random thing of the day. As usual, there's no one to apply. It looks like this is going to be another quiet morning for me. If I had to guess, I've been at a different university each semester for practically my whole life. Okay, if that's the case, stop fucking moving around, dumbass. At first it was due to my parents moving around so much. But now they keep sending me to different places in the hopes that there's one that will spark the family's gift in me. They just talk about how maybe I'm just a bit slower than the rest of the family. Okay, what's this gift? It could be anything. It could be cooking. It could be making a video game. It could be becoming the greatest MIB agent in history. It could become the greatest porn star. We don't know. And before somebody says there's no college for UCLA, LSU, and Alabama. They have easy classes. Or that they just haven't found the right place for me to flourish yet. I do not think that they can accept that their only son isn't going to be a prodigy like everyone else in the family. Not that I really blame them. Our family has a long history of success. Whether I want it or not, I'm expected to carry on that legacy. Da-da-da. It's a new day. It's a new generation. So am I playing as... Okay, I don't think I'm playing as Cody Rhodes, Mr. Jones. I think that would be too good. And I don't think I'm Ted DiBiase Jr. I think they stuck me with Jimmy Snuka Jr. A.K.A. the guy from Deuce and Domino, if anybody remembers that tag team. The funny thing is, the tag team wasn't that great, but I loved their theme song. I'm like, if you want to, WWE, if you want to bring anything back, bring back Deuce and Domino. That would really shake up the tag team scene for about 5 seconds. I look back at the clock, then feel my heart sink to my toes. I slept in a few minutes late. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to walk there. Let's see, should I hurry up to get to class or should I take my time? Well, I've never been late to class in real life, so I may as well get a move on. So I best hurry up. I do not want to think about the angry phone call I get from my parents if I'm late on the first day. Well, if it's the first day, almost everybody's late on the first fucking day. Shit. I remember when I went to classes. Shit, half the people weren't even there for the first day. Half of them slept in or decided not to show up at all. So here I am again, standing before yet another university that my parents have specifically chosen for me. We're going to call this university Ohio State University. Mr. Jones is like, I'm going to kill you. The same entrance, the same gardens. This place is as boring as the rest of the universities I've seen. I can already feel that sinking feeling. This isn't the place that will make me flourish in the way my parents hope to. Now, I shouldn't be so cynical yet. I might as well give this place a chance. If I don't give it a chance, then I'll never know what will happen. So here it goes again. Step by step, day by day. Oh, okay, we gotta stop watching the Thank God It's Friday lineup up on the internet. Slowly beginning all over again. The mundane start which I always experience every time. For a moment, my body feels really heavy. It's a struggle to push myself to go through all of this, all over again. Nothing I can do to escape that now, though. Takes me a few minutes to find my classroom. It's always a nervous wait before I enter class. You would think after doing it so many times that it would be easier, like CoverGirl. I still don't know who's going to be waiting for me on the other side. Sure enough, I hear my teacher say those same words I always hear. I'd like to introduce a new student today. His name is Big Dick Johnson. Yeah, another old WWE gem. He gestures to me, ushering me into the room. All their eyes are focused on me. I always expect their judgment to be harsh. This is Kadena. I'm just going to say K because I am not good with names, as we found out in the last few streams of these kinds of games. I trust you will treat him with respect. Because, oh, E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. Suck it to me, suck it. Moving on. I have a feeling Aretha Franklin's going to come back and kill me in my sleep now for holding that song. Take a deep breath. Everything is fine. I'm Kay. Pleased to meet you. I hope that we all get along. If not, I will force you to watch the most disturbing thing I can think of. WCW in the year 2000. None of the Granted, Lance Storm was good back then. None of the class seem to really care that I'm here, though. They probably all just bored as I am. I know that feeling all too well. Anything you'd like to tell us about yourself? Oh, nothing really. It's probably not the response that the teacher was expected. Well then, why don't we get straight into it? We already have a lot of work to do today, so get to using. Who the fuck wants to do work on the first day of school? This teacher needs to be flushed down the toilet. I think... Probably not, because I think every school I went to on the first day, and even when I did morning announcements, and anybody who's watching this from high school knows what I did. First day of school, right? I'm on the morning announcements team, and I'm like, I get to the end of it, blah blah, I say, okay everyone, since it's the first day of school, just go back to sleep, because the students are still tired, because the last night was the last day of freedom. The teachers are probably hungover because it was their last day of freedom as well. So no one's probably going to want to assign any work today. So just relax and chill and be merry. The students loved it. Most of the teachers loved it. The principal loved it. But one snot-nosed fucking bitch teacher hated it. Saying, that's not funny. He needs to be suspended. And the principal's like, well, he's got a point. Half the teachers showed up here with a hangover. Let's be honest here, teachers. Even you guys don't want to go back to school on the first day. You don't want to go back because you know half the kids are not going to pay the fuck attention. They're going to be like, oh, Tiffany, look at this brand new shoes you bought over summer break. Hey, Billy, I noticed you got big and strong over the summer. How's that weight training working out for you, brother? Ooh, yeah. Why did I sound like Randy Savage there? Speaking of which, if you didn't hear it watch Death Battle last time, I'm not going to tell you who won between Black Goku and Reverse Flash. I'll discuss that Thursday to give you guys more time. But next week's Death Battle, and I still want somebody to explain this to me. Why are we getting Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man? You heard that right. The next Death Battle match, which is October 10th, is Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man. Somebody had to be high or drunk. I mean... You know, my money's on Randy Savage because he's a professional wrestler. He has a decent rap album. Yeah, yes, I'm mentioning in the rap album, everybody. And he was the best Slim Jim person they had because Diesel sucked. Bam Bam was okay. Mm-hmm. That is true. That is true. Well, we'll find out October 10th, though. We'll see which one's right. I think we'll put you there. He points to the seat in the back row. I know that I said that I would give this a chance, but I cannot help but have that sinking feeling. As I sit into my seat, I find that a tiny sign escapes my lips. It says, students, we'll be studying. The first lesson goes exactly as expected, too. His words begin to bleed into another one, until all that remains is an incoherent mess. AKA a Bill Goldberg promo. I'm waiting for one of these days. One of the wrestlers are going to watch this stream and be like, we need to kill this man. My mind can hardly register what he is saying. Again, a Bill Goldberg promo, so I was correct. Listening to my teacher drone on and on about things I do not care about. Can I say it? Exactly. You beat me to it. I don't think I'm incapable. It's just that I don't care about this. Again, it's... What? Man, by the way, I did watch the promo from last night he did. Dear God, was that bad. I'm gonna get you, Bobby Lashley, for what you did to my kid. I hate to say this. Gold Bill, if you're watching this, which I know you're not because you probably don't know what YouTube is or what streaming is, because you played for the Atlanta Falcons, so you're from the cesspool of hell. Your son jumped into the ring and tried to attack Lashley at SummerSlam. Technically, whatever happened to him was his fault. What do we always keep hearing? Don't jump the barricade and go into the fucking ring. I'm sorry, that was your son's fault. I don't want to hear, oh, but he's a child. I'm sorry. He jumped into the ring, Lashley gave him a receipt. Sorry, Bill Goldberg, you failed as a parent. You made Peter Griffin look smart. And there's Peter Griffin. Even he agrees with me. He's like, what the fuck? My parents think that some tough love is what is needed to get me started. What I really need is a reason to care. Boobs? Maybe we'll see that tonight? I can pass with the bare minimum requirements. What difference does it really make? It takes what seems like forever from that bell to sing to the end of the lesson. By the end of it, the only thing I can focus my eyes on is the clock. 1, 2. You hear the clock ticking, tick, tock. You better... I cannot remember MVP's old theme song. Son of a bitch. 1, 2. You hear the clock clicking. I did love his old theme song. Granted, I did like his TNA one with the Godzilla war, but... Anyway. Watching the hands are moving ever so slowly moving. That would be all for now, students. Please review the material when you have the chance to. This will be on your exam. Why the fuck are you already telling the students there's going to be an exam on day 1? The teacher's going to end up getting thrown out the window. As I'm about to get out to leave, my teacher steps in front of me. You were barely paying attention in class at all. I know it's only your first day, but you really should take this seriously. I know, I'll do better next time. Are you sure about that? I know that you're a troubled young man. Jumping from university to university, barely passing any of your studies, barely paying attention at all. Your parents have kept me well informed about your problems. What problems? Is he an alcoholic, a drug addict? Does he do Fight Club? What is his problems? We want to know. Is he a Bill Goldberg fan? Because that would probably solve a lot of the problems right there. Reprogram him. That or he's doing what I did in class, just days in and pretend you're watching Steve Mongo Michael wrestle. Hashtag feel better Mongo. Nice to know that they made arrangements here too. I can't force you to learn, but please, you have a chance to better yourself, just like everyone else. Being good at something can only be a good thing, can it? Bullshit, because even if you're good at something, you may not get the job you fucking want. Because you don't... Yeah! Is this game about... I thought this game was about sex and boobs, not about real life. God damn it. I guess so. He doesn't look convinced by my answer. Maybe you need someone else to push you. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes we need someone else to motivate us. Unless, of course, you walk in the WWE because they don't believe in motivating. Why don't you join a club? Wait, I can join a club? Okay, I want to join the Bullet Club. Send me back to Japan, please. Don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule about Fight Club. Look at the first rule, you dumb motherfuckers. There's plenty of them in this university. I'm sure there's one which would suit you. Well, let's see. We're at Ohio State University, so why don't we just join the club everyone's in? The Fuck You LeBron James Club. Okay, in that case, we'll just go with the second club. Fuck Michigan. Teacher says tennis, football, basketball, baseball, swim... Oh, never mind swimming. Wait, what do you mean never mind swimming? Why would you just say never mind after suggesting it? That makes no sense. Hang on, what about swimming? They have a rather infamous reputation. You shouldn't go there. Infamous reputation? That makes me want to go there. Anyway, I'm sure that you'll find something which will catch your interest. I will not take any more of your time. He quickly leaves the room. What he said about swimming? I have to admit, I'm curious. But first, I have to check out the other clubs. Now, just go to the swimming club, because at worst case, you'll see some beautiful women in some fine bathing suits and bikinis, baby. You'll have yourself a gay old time. Remember that word used to mean something else? We see there's something else. Yeah. They're called the cinema snob. Remember when... I think I'm going to just quote him, I just did. Remember when that word used to mean something else? Now it means... Could you imagine if we showed somebody the Flintstones old cartoons? Because that's what Fred always used to say. They would be like, what does he mean by that? And we're like, We'll see if there's anything else I'd like to do here. Meanwhile, back in the hallway. One nice thing about this university is the lack of rumors. I've managed to quietly slip in this time, which is a relief. People always talked behind my back about what sort of person I was. They never seemed to understand either. I was always compared to my parents. Practically everyone in the country knows their name at this point. Well, we don't know their names. Who the hell are they? I mean, is it John Elway is your dad? Is it Vince? Okay, it wouldn't be Vince, because Vince would be making your life more hell than it already is. Is Freddy Krueger your dad? No. If it was Freddy Krueger, this would be a whole nother game entirely. Anyway, I think I should check out the clubs now. If I don't, I'll have something to do in this boring place, and I might... Then I'm going to go stir crazy. It might be a good place to make some new friends. Oh, right. What's the point of that? I already know what's going to happen. Damn it. No, I need to stop thinking like that. I'm sure that things could turn out better here. As I idle, muse to myself, I smack into something. The impact is enough to make me fall over. Dazed, I slowly look up. I'm too dizzy to pick myself up. What did I run into? Was it a brick? Was it a human being? Was it a dragon? Find out next time on Right Now, because we're not stopping. No Dragon Ball Z plug, sorry. Well, there's an upskirt for you, everybody. I think she's wearing blue and white striped panties. Stripes. Pretty much. Stripes. I seen a abundant mountain of stripes. And by the way, I can clear that. There's a better picture for you, everybody. You're welcome, America. Fuck. Remember, Mr. J, show that to your boss and it'll be less cranky. Or she'll be less cranky. I don't know who your boss is. Oh goodness. Blue and white stripes. As my vision clears, I finally realize what has happened. A black-haired girl with pale blue eyes stares back at me. Her miniskirt completely fails to hide her panties. Wait, this is the girl who was sitting next to me in class. Oh, she's cussing me out in her language. Well, that's great. What are you doing? Look where you're going, stupid. Sorry? You don't sound sincere about that. Well, she angrily scolds me, seemingly unaware of what's exposed. I think it would be a good idea to let her know. Excuse me. You're not excused. You need to be more considerate of others when you're walking around. She's not listening to me, like most women in my life. I have to try again. That's not... That is irrelevant. This isn't what I was going to say. She's too intent on expressing her anger to notice the problem. But I gave up. Listen to me, you have a problem. I do, you bumped into me. That is the problem here. No, that's not it. What do you mean that isn't it? Why are you looking at me like... I slowly look down and she sees what the problem is. And erupts across her face. She merely slaps her hands between her thighs, pulling her skirt down to hide her stripes. It doesn't really help, though. You saw everything, didn't you? Honey, everybody who follows me on Twitter, Discord, YouTube, we saw... I kind of find it funny, though, that her pennies match her eyes. Moving on! Yes. Oh, no. Why did I say that? The word seems to hit her like a sledgehammer. Oh, great! So Triple H is her father. Fuck! How could you just admit that so shamelessly? Because I'm a guy! Men, we don't know what we did. And also, don't forget the other Peter the Family Guy thing. God, he knows what turns you on. Have fun. It was an accident. Sure it was. And I'm Bill Cosby. I didn't mean to see... I didn't mean to see your panties. I think I'm just making her angrier. She picks herself up and runs down the hall. Exactly. You better not tell anyone what happened. I'll know who did it. For a moment, I just sat there slowly taking in what happened. Remember, we gotta take a moment to reflect. What a strange encounter. Wait, she was sitting next to me in class. This next lesson is going to be awkward. Yeah. So, my lessons drag on for the rest of the afternoon. The only thing I could be bothered doing is waiting for the bell to ring. It's only a matter of time. Time after time, we're gonna think... we're gonna think about those panties time after time. Thank you, Cindy Lauper. You're still a good musician. There's no sign of the girl I bumped. There's no sign of the girl I bumped into either. Now then, students, a word before you go. Do make sure to review today's material. This will be on your test this semester, so do not forget it. Shortly after he finishes speaking, the bell rings. Time to finally leave this place. Another long, boring, and pointless first day. No, it wasn't boring. And it wasn't pointless. You got to look up a woman's skirt. I would call that a decent day, wouldn't you? Then it was an accidental skirt up, but, you know. Hey, and before some woman says, oh, that's just sexist. How many women out there just watch the wrestling, not to watch the wrestling, but just to look at the bodies? Oh, men's volleyball. I don't want to hear it. Men and women, we both like sex. I just wish more women would admit that. It would be a happier place. And if you need the best reason of my reasoning, just man, there's no fat motherfuckers, there's no skinny motherfuckers. It's all, oh yeah, look at me, I'm sexy, I look like Hercules Satan and Goku. How dare you hold the door open for me? Slap! Yeah, I've been slapped a few times for holding doors for women, so... That's how she acted. Yeah, I think we could figure that out unless unless you're watching this and you're stupid. But there's still some clubs I haven't had a look at yet. As I'm about to leave, he turns to me again. Kay, I just wanted to talk to you again. Yes, sir? How was your first day? Pretty much what I expected it to be. And what did you expect it to be? Do you really want to know? My response makes him frown. I see. He turns back towards his desk, gathering his things. Well then, did you check out the clubs? A few of them. None have really stood out to me yet. I'll keep looking, but I don't know if I'll find one I like. He adjusts his glasses awkwardly. Good, keep looking. I'm sure you'll find something to spend your time. Another thing, too. Even if you don't like any of them, please join one, okay? His tone suggests that he's commanding me more than asking me. You really need it. What about the swimming club? He just shakes his head. It wouldn't be worth your time. Why wouldn't it be? I told you before, it has an infamous reputation among the students. He just shrugs. Well, you can if you wish to, but I do not know if it would be the club that suits you. Despite myself, I really want to know more about the swimming club. Where can I find the university's pool? He lets out a defeat, Rayleigh sigh. Down the hall from this classroom, take a right, another right, then a left. I hope you found what you're looking for there. He packs his things and heads out of the room. See you tomorrow then, Kay. I hope that I'll be able to help you. I know that he means well, but I don't like how he talks about the swimming club that way. Is it even appropriate for a teacher to comment on things like that? That something happened with the swimming club? Is that why he's talking about it that way? All it does is make me want to find out more about it. That doesn't sound like as a sentence. All it does is make me find out more about it. Shouldn't it be, all it does is make me want to find more about it? I know I shouldn't probably be lecturing people on spelling, because God knows I suck at it. So moving on. What is the truth behind this swimming club? I guess that's something I can investigate right now. Here I am, standing before the entrance to the swimming pool. Took me way longer to find it than I expected. The swimming pool club is supposedly meeting right now. After all the discouragement I received, I feel like I need to know what the deal is with this club. The distant smell of chlorine hits me as I pass through the doors. When was the last time I smelled that? I don't think I've been to a proper swimming pool in a very long time, so I'm very impressed to say the least. This building is massive. A full-length Olympic swimming pool spreads out before me. As I look around though, I notice there's no one else here. The only sound which echoes through the building is gradually lapping of the water against the pool's edges. Funny, from what I gather, the swimming club was supposed to be meeting today. So where are they? Hello? Is anyone here? Nothing else but us chickens. Ba-bark, 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 bark, bark. Only silence in response. I do not think there's a single soul here. Maybe practice isn't on today? But it said that practice was on today. I don't know. If there's no one in the swimming club, then obviously I can't join it. Hello? My own voice echoes back to me several times. It really is barren in here. Perhaps I should hang around for a bit. They might be getting changed or something, I don't know. I decide to wait there for a few minutes. There's little else for me to do other than watch the water lap against the pool's edge. Didn't I used to love swimming? I don't really remember. More importantly, why is there no one here? Even on a hot day like this, surely someone would be using the pool. Oh well. Why is it abandoned? I wonder why it's abandoned right now. Maybe that's what infamous about the club? Perhaps the members never met up, so it's a club that doesn't exist? I can only pointlessly speculate. Just as I'm about to leave, I hear a loud splash come from behind me. Two girls emerging from the water. Hey-o! Mr. Jones, I think, what's that thing you always say, the D word 3 times as Ron Simmons? Yeah, I think that's that is a beautiful view, is it not? I'm gonna just leave it there for a few seconds, guys, because I want everybody to look at this. I want everyone to study this art, because this is beautiful artwork. Like here, they say video games ain't art, but I'm starting to think video games are art right now. Alright, like I said, I think Mr. Jones saw the artwork, everybody. I guarantee you, show that to your co-workers, they'll be happier than what they are right now. Alright. Two girls emerge from the water. Oh, so the boobs are not only big, they're wet. How lovely. Wait, one of them is that black-haired girl from before. And the other one's sitting next to me in class. They're wearing swimsuits, but their swimsuits are practically shredded. The stripes are torn too, meaning that it can't stay up on its own. Both of them are desperately trying to hold their swimsuits together. Not that it's helping, it's revealing plenty despite their efforts. Their cheeks are flushed as red as roses as they look down at themselves. These are the two terrors that my teacher told me about? This is so embarrassing. How do you think I feel about it? Who cares how you feel about it? I care about how I feel about it. You need to be more careful. You need to be more careful. I think I see what the problem is why he said don't join the swimming club, because these two women act like they're trying to kill each other. But it's your fault. No, it isn't. Ladies, it's nobody's fault, okay? Now just come up here and let Mr. K do his thing. Dear God, that sounded fucked up in my head. Both of them argue with each other angrily, failing to notice me standing there. As they do so, they seem to care less and less about holding their swimsuits together. More and more pale skin is revealed as every moment passes. Why couldn't this be? Why couldn't my college have a swim club like this? Or my high school? I probably would have went. I am not sure what exactly I should do at the moment. Our swimsuits! Oh well. At least there's no one else around, right? She says that she looks around the room. Imagine how embarrassing it would be if someone was... Her pale blue eyes shift towards where I'm standing. Oh no, I think I've been found. What is wrong? When the black-haired girl doesn't respond, she looks towards where I'm standing as well. She grows silent too as she notices my presence. Both of them start to furiously blush as the situation dawns on them. A few awkward moments pass before they say anything. Stop looking at us like that, you pervert. I'm a man. What the fuck you think we're gonna do? Even lesbians would be looking at your boobs. Sorry, it's just the truth. They try even harder to cover themselves. It's not really helping, though. If anything, the panic is causing their swimsuits to fall apart even quicker. It's now a desperate battle between them and their clothing. And they're losing really badly. It seems nothing they can do can stop it. Get out of here right now. Perverts like you are the worst. They both stare at me indignantly. The white-haired girl's look quickly turns into panic, though. Oh no, it's falling apart. Because everything's falling apart. I can't stop it. Help me. I think I see something completely divided in half before she can finish speaking. Her face goes redder than the hot coals of a furnace. For a moment, she focuses her attention away from me to deal with this new problem. At least mine isn't getting any worse. I'm just another sound of tearing material. Her face goes bright red too. Not me too. She looks down in despair at her swimsuit. This is just too embarrassing. I can't stand it anymore. Okay, what doesn't help is the female... I've noticed only the female characters have sound effects. That is not helping. Despite their own problems, they still look back at me. I'm surprised that they're still able to hold their swimsuits together at all. Stop standing there and looking at us. Out. Now. You hear her, get out. It would be better to listen to them, I think. I surely back out of the building, the eyes fixed on me the entire time. Sometime later, the pair returned from the changing room. I decide to wait outside for them. The faces are still red. You still here? Her face turns grim as she looks closer at me. She must have not recognized me while she was flustered before. Oh no, not you again. Not him again? This is the guy who... She couldn't bring herself to finish saying it. Yet before she was shouting it shamelessly. Apologize. I'm sorry about that. I really didn't mean it. I get nothing but a pout in response. Guys always say they sorry, but they don't really mean it. You know who also said sorry but didn't really mean it? The guy who sang the song called Sorry from American Idol. I cannot remember his name, but... Oh... I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, Doug actually remembers this, one of the winners from the early seasons of American Idol? Dear God. This happening twice just proves that. Yes, it's unfortunate that you walked in when that happened. I don't think we need to tell you that you shouldn't mention what happened to you. The white-haired girl seems rather cool about the whole situation now that it's over. If you say anything about this, or what happened in the hallway. The black-haired one, on the other hand, looks really mad. But don't get mad, get glad from Gladwell. Her glaze is practically burning on a hole through me. Don't worry about it, I won't tell anyone. Thank you. You're that transfer student, aren't you? Okay, right? Yeah, and you two all? How can you be so calm at a time like this? Homo, so that's her name. He said he wouldn't tell anyone. I'm sure he would keep his word. Mikio. How can you be sure about that? Really, I won't tell anyone. It would be nasty to do something like that. Don't think I trust you yet. Hanamo ignores her friend's outburst. So, what are you doing here? I was checking out the clubs. It is my first day after all. Oh, then I think you found the right club. Do you really want someone like him joining the swimming club? Well, I would be the only male competitor for the swim team, so hey, less training to do. Hanuma looks around at her vast empty building around her. There's not anyone else around. Oh, right. Listen, since you caused me so much trouble, you should join the swimming club. Well, this is a strange turn of events. First she was mad at me, now she's asking me to join her club. Men, we don't understand women. I'm afraid this game's going to get me into a lot of trouble. Just bank on that, children. We really need new members. If we don't, they're going to close our club. Both of them gaze at me. The weight of their stare is heavy. I do not think that I can say no. Before I do, can I ask something? Okay. Both of them seem to freeze up, anticipating something. I heard from someone that you ain't welcoming to new members. So why are you inviting me so readily? Please ignore those rumors. Those are filthy lies from the Cincinnati Bearcats. A deep, disappointed frown forms on her face. Well, I know Ohio State, Cincinnati, you know, in-state rivalry. The teacher's probably a Cincinnati fan. If we want, why would we invite you in the first place? Of course you believe that. You shouldn't just accept what everyone else has as fact. Just like, remember children, if it's on the internet, it may not be true. Look at first. No wonder they have an infamous reputation. But still, I can't just leave them like this. That's all I wanted to know. Don't worry about it, I'll join. It's not that I'm doing this out of guilt or obligation though. All the other clubs, let's just say that something feels exciting about this one. The fact that there's something has finally caught my interest is nothing sort of significant. AKA, I think we know what caught his eye, right, Mr. Jones? Ass, tits, tits and ass. He's a man who likes tits and ass. I'm an ass man. Woo! I love to love him. I love to show. Oh God, I really know that song way too well, don't I? The only thing missing is the thong song, because they... No, that's something I never realized, why nobody used the thong song as a theme song in WWE. That would have been perfect for Mr. Ash. You show up at a pay-per-view with Cisco, and go, thong, 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 have a bunch of beautiful women out there and thong showing off the... I really plan too much crazy shit in my head, don't I? Okay, WWE, if you're listening, get one time and just do that. I think a lot of fans would probably sing along. I mean, they sang along with Chris Jericho's theme song. Both of them look really happy when I say that. Finally. Again, it's weird. It's like, I remember the most random songs, but most people don't probably remember. Between the thong song... And show him the music video that has Big Show in it for some reason. It probably is an app now. Finally. We have a new member. We're overjoyed at the moment. I can't really join in as I don't know the full significance of it. You know, it had to be this guy. She's not going to let that go, I'm guessing. I'm just warning you, I haven't been swimming in years. Don't worry about that. We'll both train you. She seems fairly confident about that, but Miko doesn't seem like it. We will? I'm not a very good teacher. Miko nervously shifts on the spot. Are you really sure we should teach him? Come on, Miko. I know you're a good swimmer. Just show him how to do it. I'm not as good as you, though. I quickly glance at my watch and realize that it's getting late. Sorry to cut you off, but I really need to get home. Oh, okay. We will see you tomorrow, right? She looks at me with hopeful eyes. Of course you will. But seriously, I need to get home now. I'm sure we'll see you. I'm sure too. She doesn't sound very confident about that. Really, I promise that I will. I'm sitting between you after all. Right, we'll be mad at you if you don't come. So please come after class. Tomorrow. Tomorrow after class, got it. Alright, it's agreed on. Until next time, same bat time, same batshit crazy women channel. That was a lot different to what I was expecting. This is why you need to have a look at things for yourself. Other people can easily mislead you. Like WWE writers. The sun is setting by the time I make it back home. This isn't exactly how I was experiencing my first day to be. I thought it was going to be the same old and boring beginning. Introduce yourself, join a club, make friends, do study. It's gone far more differently than I thought it would. I already made 2 new friends, and they're going to teach me how to swim. Do I really want to become a swimmer? Maybe not, but I think that they need me. I don't want the club to close. They seem to love swimming. So I will have to wait and see how this works out. I have to think more about those rumors, though. Judging by what I saw, they were desperate for new members. Of course, that would be a given since practically everyone else discourages anyone from joining the club. It isn't a wonder that they're down only to 2 members. So what exactly happened for things to end up that way? No one seems to want to talk about it. A distant sound echoes through my apartment, cutting through my idle thoughts. I can hear the phone ringing. I already know who it is. It's the Avon lady, I guarantee it. But I don't want to answer the phone. Even if I know it, though, it's going to keep ringing. They'd presume something happened if I didn't answer. Slowly, I pick up the phone. Now comes the moment I dread. Hey, Dad. His familiar, muscular voice echoes through the phone. Hello, son. Just checking in to see how you're doing. Judging by the tone of voice, he's nervous. What's wrong? Oh, it's just that I rang earlier, but you weren't there. I was kind of worried about how your first day went, son. Don't worry, I was just a bit getting back home, that's all. Well, it's good to hear that you're fine, son. What? That you're fine. What? Fine is a very relative term for me. How was it, by the way? He immediately goes for the kill. I can hear the anxiousness in those words. Is this university any better? Or should we have just sent you to my university of Baylor University? He desperately wants to hear yes. It practically means the world to him right now. Fortunately, I don't have to lie to him about it. Yeah, I don't mind this one. What about friends? Have you made any new ones? His tone is a lot less grim, but still. It stings every time he acts that, but I don't dare say anything. 2 girls I met at the swimming club. They're pretty nice from what I can tell. Swimming club? The tone of his voice completely changes. What's wrong, Dad? Oh, nothing. It's just that... Do you really want to do swimming? Why wouldn't I want to do swimming? There's plenty of other clubs though. I checked it out myself. I just don't really see you as a swimmer, that's all, son. So, would you consider doing anything else? No, let's see, I can choose no other clubs interest me, or why are you discouraging me? You know what, no other clubs interest me. Not really. The other clubs are boring. I see. Anyway, you said you made new friends. He's changing the subject. I'll just go with it. If the girls too. Every single time. It's a little early to be planning anything like that, Dad. I can hear him scoff at that. Don't be ridiculous. It's never too early. Your mother and I met in university, after all. He always likes to bring that up whenever he can. The two of them have been together for decades now. I think he's one of the few men to have truly achieved ideal love. Once again, I live in his shadow. There's nothing wrong with thinking about what sort of future you could have, son. You never know if there's a cute girl in it. I know. I'm only in university, though. If I know my dad at all, then he's definitely shaking his head right now. That's the best time for romance. Oh, I'm glad you caught on to the skit I was doing. It's before you get old and senile like me. He laughs for a bit. Anyway, I had to make this brief today. Next time we talk, I promise I'll stay around for a bit longer. What? Your mother and I have high Your mother and I have high expectations, son. What? I know that you'll do us proud, what? Because if not, I'm gonna stick this boot up your ass, what? Of course. Until next time, son, what? Later. The phone goes silent then. Yeah, Dad. I know that you have high expectations. I just wish you would ask me if I wanted to be a prodigy. Every time we talk, I feel like you're on the edge of asking that question, but we always just barely avoid it. Why can't I just be myself? Because you're related to Stone Cold Steve Austin, son. You're gonna do what Austin says, what? I'm gonna give you a stunner, what? Rays of light. Is your name Michael Phelps, what? Rays of light dance across my face. With great effort, I pull myself up. I stumble over the window. The light blinded me as I try to look out. My eyes eventually adjust. Looks like another sunny day today. Good morning, Ward. The time has come. No one there to say good morning back. Was I really expecting anything else, though? So, this is day 2. Seems to be going far faster than I was expecting. My curtains below as a strong wind howls through the window. Summer storms are supposed to be coming in today. You know what that means? Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through. I really hope that it isn't raining by the time I get home. Knowing my luck, though, it probably will be. I didn't have to run myself ragged to get to university on time, thankfully. But as I reach the front gate, I can't help but notice someone standing at the gate. Ah, it's Hiromo. Funny seeing you here, Kay. Everyone goes through this gate eventually. Not everyone goes through this gate to get into this university, you know. You get the idea. I'm not really special to see me here. Nonetheless, it's nice to see you. Nice to see you too. So I heard a bit about you through rumors. Are you really the son of who I think you are? Oh no, someone's already worked out who I am. Yes, what of it? You... Not really what I would have expected. What were you expecting exactly? Everyone talks about your father being larger than life an extremely charismatic and talented man. I'm glad we made his dad Stone Cold Steve Austin. You're quite different from what I've seen so far. Why should I be the same as my father? I'm me, that's all I want to be. Right, I see. She nods thoroughly to herself. Is this the third university that you transferred to this year? Yeah. Why do you move around so much? It's not really my choice to. It isn't your choice? Look, I'm just going to say this to you. My father has expectations, and I haven't been meeting those expectations. It's something I'd rather not talk about with a stranger. So please don't bring this up again, okay? Right. Sorry. I was just curious. She seems like she's sincerely sorry. It really is my own problem to deal with. So let's not talk about it. Okay. You got a deal. So looking forward into class today? If this wind weren't howling, I'd be happy as can be. I know what you mean. On windy days like this, I always have problems. Problems? What kind of... well, that's what happens when you wear a skirt out. Mr. Jones is like, what did they do to this woman now? We're just going to let that sit there for a few seconds, guys, so you can, again, enjoy the beautiful artwork of this game. This is the most beautiful looking game I've ever seen in my life. You can tell the detail that the artist did on every little... oh, I'm so glad my grandparents are not watching this stream. That could go horribly, horribly wrong. And I hope my former history teacher, who's a preacher, don't show this stream to the young ones at the church, because I don't think that would go over well either. It's 11:15 already. Holy crap! But continuing, the wind begins to howl even louder. Great gusts sweep across the university's entrance. Nemo tries to prevent her skirt from flying upward, but she completely fails. She leans toward and places her hands to the front of her skirt, only for the back of it to fly up. And Mr. Jones is going, damn, damn, damn. Of course, it's like, look at that ass. You can bounce a quarter off of it. Leaving me with an obscured view. Her voice becomes a strange mixture of despair, panic, and embarrassment. No, why now? Her stockings are overly laced white panties. They cling so tightly to her from what there's no room to imagine anything. It's all very plainly exposed to the naked eye. Wildly furring all around her, her skirt is completely flipped inside out. She's at the complete mercy of these winds. The wind only grows stronger too as the storm draws closer. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm enjoying the view. I could watch a movie on that thing. What is wrong with you? I'm a man. I think she'll have bigger problems than what I'm doing. How are you so calm in a situation like this? She tries to cover herself, but no matter where she places her hands, the winds reveal something. I need to get out of this wind. Her eyes begin to dart over the place, desperately searching for a shelter in the storm. Don't just stand there and stare. Help me! How exactly am I supposed to help her? Please, this is so embarrassing. I can't handle it. For a split moment, she takes her hands away from her skirt. The result is, when anyone could have expected. It completely flies up. No, not like this. She takes off desperately into the building. So, that's why she doesn't like windy days. Somehow I get the impression she's not going to be leaving until the winds die down. For most of the day, all I do is stare at the clock. My teacher drones on and on, yet all I can concentrate on is the swimming club. I'm actually interested in the club, which is strange for me. To my relief, I hear the bell ring. As always, I expect you to review the material when you get home. As the other students steam out of the room, he approaches my desk again. So, you actually went to the swimming club? That's right. I'm presuming you joined. Yeah, is that a problem? You probably already have a good picture of the circumstances around the swimming club. There was an incident that happened and everyone has avoided it since. Why hasn't anyone told me what happened? No one wants to talk about tragic circumstances. So what happened is bad. That's all I've managed to guess for now. It's best to show some sensitivity. Undoubtedly, they would hate to hear that students talking about it behind their backs. Troubled, my teacher walks over to his desk and takes a seat. I do not understand why you want to know so badly. Some things are better left forgotten. Best to leave well enough alone and let time heal the damage that was caused. Don't you think? Talking about problems sometimes helps, though, doesn't it? I feel that would be better left in the hands of a professional. Maybe Professor X. He seems to grow really of the conversation quite quickly. I guess it would not be appropriate of a teacher to comment on such things, though. The girl who spread those rumors about the rumors themselves linger. Rumors just how much? Well, here I am. I'm still waiting for Hiromo and Miko to show up. I wonder just how hard this training's going to be. They insist that I be prepared to fully commit to this. I guess we'll have to wait and see. A single figure steps out of the changing rooms. Hiromo is busy. It's me who's going to be training you today. So make sure you listen. I won't repeat myself and I expect you to pay attention to all of my instructions. She's so bossy when she wants to be. Another important thing, don't think about anything perverted. You don't need to distract yourself when you're in the pool. I swear that isn't my intention to do anything perverted to you. She scoffs at that. Of course you would deny it. Does it make sense to deny something that isn't true? Oh, just be quiet. Having had enough, she lowers herself into the pool. Now, then, how much experience do you have with swimming? Not very much. I haven't done it in years. Do I need to start with the basics then? You might need a reminder. I surely lowered myself into the waters. A reminder couldn't hurt. Please show me, Mikio. It's weird that you're placing so much faith in me. You haven't even seen me swim yet. I'm sure you're a good swimmer. Don't make presumptions like that. She wasn't really bossy before, but now she's becoming awkward. I don't really understand what the deal is with her. Anyway, so the first thing you should learn about is breathing. After that, we can begin to work on your technique. She consults me through all the basics. Bit by bit, it starts to come back to me. It's strange how a small reminder can bring back a flood of memories. I didn't think it would be this short. Hey Greg, hope you're having a good night tonight. You said you weren't a good swimmer. I'm not. I haven't done any swimming in a long time. Why not? I couldn't imagine life without swimming. I honestly don't remember. Well, either way, I think you're fine with the basics. She looks towards the end of the pool. Maybe we should get you started on doing some laps. Sounds good. Show me what you can do then. She gestures towards the diving platform. And so it just at work. I pull myself out of the pool and make my way towards it. Well, Greg, if you want to show anybody this stream at work, they'll probably have a good night. Particularly whatever picture comes up next. There's a sense of anticipation in the air as I climb on top of the platform. Miko looks at me exponentially. Come on already. The pool is waiting for you. I take just a moment to prepare myself. The end of the pool looks so far away from here. Yet Miko is quickly losing her patience with me. What are you waiting for? Are you going to do it or not? I cannot ignore that. Time to do it. My muscles tense. I spring forward, my arms reached out in front of me. My hands cut through the surface of the water, allowing me to pass through it. Is this one of those anime sex games? Yes, yes it is. Allowing me to pass through it. It surges past my face, blasting me with shivering cold. Some of it gets up my nose, but I try my best to pull through. Overarm is how I used to swim, so I guess I'll try it this time too. I kick my legs and put as much effort into it as I can. It's been a long time since I've used these muscles. My laps are slow. I guess that was to be expected, though. It's been a long time since I've done any real exercise, too. I feel like that was a shot at me, game. I barely on my setting 11. I can feel my muscles screaming at me to stop. Has it really been this long since I went swimming? I actually like it. If that's not unusual for me, then I do not know what is. Despite how tired I feel, I don't want to stop. Keep going. I have to keep going, right? It would be better to put in as much effort as I can. After all, I have to do my best. I'm incredibly slow by the end of it, but I managed to do 3 laps before I drag myself out of the pool. You need to be more careful. Don't push yourself too hard. If you get tired while you're in the middle of a lap, shots fired about exercising, yep. Well, we both know what would happen. I'm sure that you'll pull me out if worse came to worse. How did I do? It's not bad for a beginner. Definitely. Okay, Mikio, shut up. Definitely not the worst swimmer I've seen in the pool. She pauses for a moment as she seems to think to herself. But your technique is really sloppy. You definitely need to work on that. She could have put it in a nicer way than that. Unrefined, maybe? Come to think of it, there really isn't any nice way to put it. It's bad. If it's bad, then what good is there in lying about it? Now then. Practice. Maybe you could learn something from observing me? Why don't you watch me swim a lap or two? Oh, this is gonna be good. Observing you, you say? Indulgently, she turns her back to me and folds her arms. I told you not to think any perverted thoughts. What is it with boys who do that? You're the one who suggested reserving you. Yeah, she did. Well, whatever. Alright, sorry, I'm just teasing. She puts puffs up her cheeks when she leans. Do you want a demonstration or not? Yes, please. I drag myself out of the pool and take a seat at the edge. Let's see how much of a great swimmer she is. She seems very cat-like. Around up, ready to leap in a split second. And look at that, again, more beautiful artwork. I mean, that's just beautiful artwork, 10 out of 10. Whoever did the artwork for this game is a great artist. These pictures should be hung up at the Louvre. I'm sure Greg's gonna be like, I'm gonna show my co-workers this. Get a drink of Coca-Cola. I can barely see when she finally dives into the pool. She clashes into the water, piercing through the surface with expectation's ease. I've never seen anything quite like it. She's practically gliding along the pool's surface. I could only look on in a wide-eyed. Oh yeah, I'm sure you weren't looking at the swimming. I think you're looking at the watermelon. I'm not way into this style of games. It's okay. Not everyone is. She looks as natural as a dolphin in the ocean. I mostly stream these just to have comical fun at the end of the day. She looks as natural as a dolphin in the ocean. Though I'm supposed to be observing her, I lost sight of that goal. I'm far more interested in watching this human bullet speed along in front of me. Her backstroke style is incredible. It's like watching a torpedo speed its way through the water. She's so damn fast I couldn't possibly keep up if I were racing her. I quickly forget that I'm supposed to be observing her technique and just became lost in the moment. It's like watching a mermaid emerge from the sea. For a moment I picture her as a mermaid. It's an invasive little thought. Back and forth she goes, not losing her pace. Her technique is incredibly elegant. Streamlined in another word. That's the only way I can describe it. Absolutely no movement she does is wasteful. How did she get so good? I've barely done any swimming in a long time, and even I can tell how good she is. Back and forth she swims across the water surface with unrivaled speed. If she's this good, I can only guess that Humoro is just as good as she is. These two must be water goddesses. That's the only way I can describe them. She slows down a little bit by the time she's on her last lap. Pulling herself out, she lets out a little sigh. Not as fast as I was last time. I must be getting out of shape. Wait, she can go even faster than this? The idea is almost impossible for me to comprehend. Takes a moment to walk way back up to the other end. So did you learn anything? I learned that you're an incredible swimmer. You can just tell when someone has an amazing technique. She blushes like crazy as I say that. Stop flattering me. I'm not nearly as good as Himuro. No, really, I think you're amazing. Quietly, she looks at me with those distracted eyes of hers. I never had a guy compliment me before. Well, there's your first problem. What did you say? Sorry? Nothing. I said nothing. But seriously, did you learn anything? Were you observing my technique? Sorry, I kinda lost my concentration. Lost your concentration? What were you looking at then? I just got lost when I was watching you swim. It's kind of mesmerizing. You're just so fast. Memorizing? You find me mesmerizing? But that's besides the point. You didn't learn anything, did you? Sorry, I did it. I should have known you wouldn't get it. Oh, I guess we'll just get you to practice more. You should dive back in. With the brutality of a slave driver, she forces me to keep practicing. The lesson continues on for a while. Despite how hard it is, I have so much fun that I lost track of time. Humio eventually turns up. She didn't even bother to get changed. Sorry about that. I had to do something quickly. Don't worry about it. Strange. There's a grim look on Humio's face. She looks troubled, I suppose. She quickly hides that grin and replaces it with a smile. Anyway, how is our new member doing? He's mediocre. You know what? That's a compliment in my book. Yeah, she's right. I'm definitely not as good as Mikio. Of course not. You're just a beginner. Only beginner. But I think you could become a good swimmer. Oh, I would have to see it for myself. Why don't you dive in and show me? Sorry, I'm a bit tired at the moment. I'll be happy to next time. It's alright. I have no doubt. Miko was working you hard before I came. I wasn't working him that hard. When was the last time you did any exercise at all? Football practice years ago? Okay, are we sure this ain't me? Football? For a moment she pauses and appears to be thinking about something. So you didn't join football. You said you were looking at clubs. Why wouldn't you have joined something you're familiar with? I have my reasons. Let's just say that I don't like football. Okay, definitely not me now. So let's not worry about me. Unless I start drowning or something. That isn't something you should joke about. She suddenly really gets angry with me when I mention that. On another note, it's late. Sorry that it took me so long to get here. Mikio seems to forget her anger when Hamida says that. It's fine, Humuro. Kay did well. Well enough anyway. So, is it over for today? Yep. We'll have practice again tomorrow. We hope to see you there, Kay. Surprisingly, Mikio smiles at me too. Thanks for joining our club instead of the football club. Both of them wander off to the changing room, leaving me alone. So, I don't think I did too badly for my first meeting. We'll have to see how well it goes. As I go through my apartment door, I hear a noise coming from within. The phone is ringing. Who could be calling me this time? I know that Dad rings at least once a week, but it couldn't be him. Slowly I pick up the phone and raise it to my ear. Hello? Hello, Kay? Oh, I should have known. I really didn't get a chance to talk to you last time. It was such an exhausting day, and had already fallen asleep by the time your father called. She's always been prone to bouts of tiredness. Probably because her husband is Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's funny that someone with such low amounts of energy ended up with my dad. So, I'm just calling to make up for that. I appreciate it, Mom. I heard from your father that you joined the swimming club. Have you done any practice yet? Yeah, we had practice today. How did you go? I bet that you did amazingly. Not really. I'm just a beginner. It's been years since I've been swimming. I'm sure that it won't be the case for long. You've always been great with sports, Kay. Always those expectations. It's a heavy burden to bear. I'm not really that great. Oh, you're your father's son. Of course you're great. Do you remember your father's trophy case? How could I forget? She only shows it off whenever someone visits us. My father not only excelled at study, but was a great sportsman. Of course I do. Maybe that's where your calling is. If this swimming works out, your father said you could be an Olympian. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah, it would. More importantly, you made some cute friends, I heard. Not this again. Mom wants me to marry off even more than my father does. Yes, I have. No, I don't want to date them. Oh, well, you should find a bride as soon as you can. Don't forget, I'm always looking for someone suitable for my son. Couldn't I just have a friendship with a girl without having it be made into a romance? That does not exist. Really, I can pick for myself, Mom. You don't need to do that for me. Well, at the very least, you should consult me first. She needs to be every bit as amazing as I know you will be. I will be, huh? Anyway, you couldn't have done much studying yet, but you should do your best, okay? I will. Going through the motions once again. All you need to do is try, Kay. I know. Anyway, I need to go. I'm glad to hear that you're settling in okay. Remember to consult me if either of those goes. Yes, I know. It's fine. Okay then. Talk to you later, son. Remember that we both love you very much. I love both of you. I love both of you too. Talk to you later. A click echoes through the phone. I'm finally through that ordeal. What if I'm really incapable and I have just deluded myself into thinking that I'm really incapable? No, that can't be true. When I'm I just read that. I hit the L1 button. The swimming club. It feels different. Mikio and Homura, I want to compete with them. I want to be able to match them. Besides, swimming practice is like a smoothing palm for my mind. You lose yourself when you slip beneath the water surface. The water becomes filled with deep blue and surging bubbles. Not bubbles! I don't have to worry about studying, my parents, anything else. All that matters is reaching the other end of the pool. It's something that I can simply just enjoy without having to be the best at. My parents always seem to spoil everything I do because they want me to be the best. Because you're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. When all I want is to have fun. Because... Okay, no wait, the main character's male, so I can't sing girls, just wanna have fun. A lot of music in this episode tonight. Before I knew it, several days passing by, and it was time for the swimming practice again. The lessons barely sink into my head. The teacher's drowning voice seems to fall away in distance, almost like a dream. I've been too busy, lost in my own thoughts to really care about studying right now. No matter what they're teaching, all the lessons seem exactly the same to me. For whatever reasons, I find myself thinking about what my second lesson with the swimming club will be like. I guess it's normal to be anxious. Hanuma made it quite clear that she and Mikio are going to whip me into shape. The only way I'm going to succeed at this is if it's by my own life shit. I don't know that V word. Whether or not I want it to do, whether or not I want to do it is the question. I just hope that it's not going to be like football over again. Somehow, I don't think it will. It just feels different this time. You know, it hits different. Unfortunately, this game is still better than WWE 2K20. Was it? Eh? Let's just hope next year's WWE game is actually good. Granted, I'm scared about the roster still. Oh, speaking of Stone Cold, because I did see the tweet about it. Guess which one of the vehicles is in the Hot Wheels game you can get? You can get a Stone Cold Hot Wheels vehicle in the game. So it's like you got the... So I'm like, alright, I can't wait to pick the Hot Wheels game out, which comes out on the 30th, guys, so it comes out Thursday. I don't know when I'll have it picked up, but when I do, I'm probably going to put some videos up of it or something. Because that's one of the games I actually had circled on my calendar, so because you get to play as Kit, well, drive as Kit, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan from the cartoon and others. But October's a big month as well, because between Hot Wheels I got to pick up, and then October, it's like I got Far Cry 6, Demon Slayer, the House of Ash horror game, so we're going to have a horror game, probably interrupt a lot of the streams coming up soon, and a few other things here. And in the Nickelodeon game comes out on the 5th of October, so get ready for me to play as Ren and Stimpy and beat up that stupid fucking sponge. I arrive at the swimming pool looking around to see if there's anyone else here. It doesn't look like it. I guess I'm the first one to turn up for practice. Wait, no, I can hear someone in the changing rooms. Hiruma emerges. She seems mildly surprised. Okay. You're here a bit earlier than I expected. What can I say? I'm keen for swimming. But something isn't right. I look around for a moment and realize what the problem is. Where's Mikio? She couldn't make it today. She had something else she had to deal with. So I'll be training you today. She takes me through the basics again, insisting that I need to revisit them in order to get better technique. Just like Mikio, she sends me off on laps. I do a little better than I did last time, but I'm still nowhere near their level. Exhausted, I barely managed to pull myself out of the water. I plop onto my back trying to catch my breath. As I sit back, I see Hanuma wandering through the pool towards me. And there's more boob shots! Again, this game has beautiful artwork. I would love to meet the artists of this game and just shake their hand. I mean, they did such a good job. The guy should get a raise. Give him a raise, damn it. And I just like how he was able to draw the water falling off of him, you know. It's such great detail. And by the way, I'm sure somebody's going to notice this is the first time I've actually done detailed work at looking at art in a game. She emerges from the water, her white hair flowing behind her. Small streams race across her skin, her soaked swimsuit clinging tightly to her body. She leans over the edge, her intense eyes focused on me. I know you can do better than that. As long as you keep trying, you will be as good as us one day. I wish. You two are amazing. I can barely keep up with either of you. Her cheeks go a bit red. Thank you. She seems to be thinking about something. We're glad you joined. Things have been rough for us. She looks a little bit sad as she says that. It would have been nice if we could get some more people to join. Don't worry about it. We can have a club with just us three. You don't need that many people. She ponders on it for a little bit. I guess not. But it never hurts to have more people. It's just been two of us for a long time. Finally, she seems to drift off into her own thoughts. She shakes her head and comes back to earth. Just remember that you won't get to be lazy with this club. There's only hard work ahead of you. If you slack off, you'll regret it. I look forward to it. Let's both work as hard as we can. She looks more determined after I say that. For sure. I'm ready to trade myself to exhaustion too. She seems re-energized now, ready to slip back into the water. If we really do well, we could enter the national tournament. Imagine if we did that. We have a goal to walk towards then. Let's do it. I can see something twinkling in her eyes as I say that. She enthusiastically nods her head. I agree, let's do it. We'll both make it to the swimming tournament. After a while, Mikio appears, long after the lesson is done. Oh, swimming club is over? How did Kay do? He's getting better. We should have to see if he can become a swimmer. I appreciate the confidence boost. You're welcome. Swimming club's over for today, though. Hamo heads over to the changing rooms. Keep it up, Kay. Don't worry, I will. She leaves Mikio and I standing there. Hey, mind if we talk for a moment? Sure, what's the matter? I just wanted to say, we'll make you a great swimmer, I'm sure of it. I have no doubt about that, since it would be you teaching me. I really hope I can become as fast as you are one day. I'm nothing special. Okay, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Why do I have a feeling I'm going to get both women at the end of this game? I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, it just means we have to move to Utah so I can marry them both, but, you know, really, I'm not as good as you think I am. She holds her hands to her face looking extremely embarrassed. Stop embarrassing me. Why should you be embarrassed about being good? I don't know. It's just when you say it. Why would that be the case? I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next time. She quickly bolts out of the door before I can say goodbye. I don't really know what just happened there. Maybe more importantly, looking at her made me realize something. Am I no different when it comes to success? Or being good at something? Either way, swimming practice is over. Time to head back home. Maybe I'll make it before dark this time. As the week passes along, I find swim practice to become the highlight of going to study. But as far as factor studying, it's not going according to plan. Swimming practice is in the afternoon, but what should I do in the meantime? I should probably head to the library and try to catch up. This may not be a university where I can get away with being lazy. A voice calls out behind me as I'm about to enter the library. Kay, I was looking for you. You are? Why? I just wanted to talk to you about something. She grabs me by the hand and drags me off somewhere. People start looking at us as we pass by. Is that Hunamo? Who is that she's with? Some poor guy who she sunk her claws into. I wonder if she plans to do with him what she did to her. The whispers around us doesn't seem to bother Hunamo though. I can't help but feel embarrassed to be led like this. We eventually stop at a small hallway with no one else around. I just wanted to let you know something private. Hanamo seems deadly serious at the moment. What could she be wanting to tell me? Please don't mention drowning around Mikio again. Don't mention drowning? Oh, did something happen to her? Yes, she made me swear I wouldn't tell anyone. All I wanted to do is let you know that you shouldn't mention it. At all. She sheepishly plays with her hair. I just felt that you should know. Don't worry, I get it. I swear that I won't mention it around her. She looks relieved when I say that. Thank you. I've been the only person she trusted for a long time. To be honest, I'm surprised she hasn't chased you out yet. You're different somehow. That's the only way I can explain it. All I can do is shrug. I find it easier just to not let things bother me. So Mikio isn't a big problem, really. I would think that's the case. She leans forward, looking at me closely. I originally thought you were a cold person, but it seems like you're not so bad. It's just that you hide it, whenever it's intentional or not. She appears to be analyzing me in a cynical manner. Being put under the microscope like this makes me feel fairly uncomfortable. It's just me. I'm not really sure what else to say. She just shakes her head. Well, I'm still happy that you're here. We really had so much trouble getting new members. People keep spreading rumors about us. It isn't fair. She's starting to lose her cool. This is obviously something which makes her angry. So that's why we're both glad you joined. It's kind of lonely with just the two of us. Don't they say three's the crowd? When they also say, come and knock on our door, we'll be waiting for you with hers, and here's three's company too. I finally got to use that fucking joke I've been wanting for the last year and a half. Finally! I finally got to do it. Yes! Sad thing is, I think we and Mr. Jones will be the only two who remember Three's Company. Just like we're the only ones who remember WKLP Cincinnati. Who won the trophy? Me? Probably, yay. Because I don't have enough of those. I'm not quite sure. I'm actually at 582 platinums now, guys. I am 18 away from 600. I need a woman. I'm not quite sure, but I am glad to be here too. For the first time in my life, I actually want to get good at something. It's just something about these two which makes me want to change. Before I go there, don't hold anything against Mikio. She may seem bossy at times, but really it's not her fault. I'm sure that she's really a nice person. She just doesn't really show it sometimes. I get it. I try not to step on her toes. That's right. I cannot help but feel that there isn't something Hima is telling me about herself, though. Sorry, we only met recently, but there's a lot you're going to need to know about us if you want to survive the swimming club. I got that impression from everyone else, though they didn't really go into detail about what happened. I'm glad they don't. It's best that everyone doesn't keep bringing it up. What do you want to know so badly, anyway? I'm worried about the club. It's obvious it hasn't been doing well since that incident. I don't understand why you need to know about it. You're always helping the club without knowing a thing about. Now then, I'll be going. See you soon, Kay. She leaves with a smile on her face. I don't really think I'm doing that much for them. Perhaps merely having someone to share your problems with can make a world of difference. And it helps that they have nice big watermelons. These two could work at Hooters, I'm just saying. Finally, it's time for swimming practice. You know, that brings me to a point I want to say in the Hooters in Virginia. The last three I've gone to, none of the women have had big tits. That is false advertising. And the food sucks. I'm sorry. If I'm going to Hooters, the women better have either a nice big butt or a nice rack, okay? Because no one goes there for the food. You either go to look at the beautiful women, or you go there for the sports. Because they have sports on television. And before a woman, I know a female's going to say, oh, that's just sexist. Women go to male strip clubs, don't they all go to men? So I don't want to hear it. Again, both sides of the sex, men and women, we are all effed up, and we all love looking at beautiful things. Moving on. It's only Mikio here today again. Hey there. Hello, Mikio. It's keen to get to training. What are we doing today? Since Huma isn't here, she seems to ponder herself for a moment. You're going to do more laps. Lots more of them. I'll watch you and let you know how your technique is developing. Yeah, you're gonna watch me and see how my technique is doing. Uh-huh. Sure, that's why your eyes are looking at my Speedo. I don't need any further pushing to get me into the pool. Diving straight in, I begin to lose myself in the vast blue depths before me. There's a strange sort of clarity that you get in the water. All you have is one simple goal. Get to the end. Well, actually two goals. Get to the end or not die. I'm faster than this time, I can tell. I managed to perform about 5 laps before getting out. Pride throws in my chest as I get out of the pool. How was that, Mikio? She doesn't respond. Uncomfortably, she shifts around on the spot. Sorry, Kay. I wasn't paying attention. This swimsuit doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right? What's wrong? She merely takes off towards the changing room. I know I shouldn't follow her, but she looks troubled. Mikio, what's wrong? Mikio stands there ingesting her swimsuit. Hello! She's got a tit wedgie and an ass wedgie. Again, we're just gonna let that picture sit with no words there for about till it hits to 1 hour and 41 minutes. You know, enjoy the beautiful artwork again. I have a feeling this will be one of my videos from this year that's going to be the most controversial one, just because we actually looked at the pictures for a little bit. But hey, men, we like looking at this shit. Mikio stands there readjusting her swimsuit awkwardly. She runs her fingers underneath the edges of her swimsuit. This is a size too small for me. Well, I think it's because of that badonkadonk. I'm sure Mr. Johnson's Doug knows what that word means. What the fuck? Thank you, television. Did my swimsuit shrink? Or did I put on weight? You know, most men like when a woman has a little weight on them. She seems legitimately panicked at the idea, but I do so much work. This isn't fair. Well, it's fair for us. There's no way that I put on weight, right? Right? I haven't put weight on, right, Kay? I haven't really noticed a difference. Are you saying that you've been looking at my figure? She shrinks away from me, trying to hide herself. The stupid swimsuit, because it's so tight, she doesn't have to finish the sentence for me to understand what she's talking about. But that doesn't mean that you get to stare at me whenever you feel like it. Even though I can't hide anything. She slips out her fingers out. She slips out of her fingers out of her swimsuit, slapping against her skin. It causes a slight ripple along her body. Ouch. She winces a little bit. It's too tight. Now I'm cold. I've been out of the pool for so long. Dumbfounded, I find something utterly amazing memorizing about it. Oh, that's what the problem is. This is one of my older swimsuits, and I didn't bring a spare. She then looks over to me. Stop that! You're taking advantage of the situation. Yes, we are, because men, we don't know what we did. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Of course you did. I know how you think. I think she's talking to me and not the character. Get back in the pool. You're going to do extra laps for being such a pervert, and you don't get to go to White Castle. Knowing Mr. J, because I think he might finally be out of work. I think he's going to Checkers. Oh, okay. The idea of that does not appeal to him. I mean, me. My muscles are already at the limit. Could I please just... Nope. You got more work. You got to do more work to make up for this. Looks like I'm not arguing with that. After we finish practice, we head out of the university to find whom are waiting for us. Sorry I took a bit longer than usual. Don't worry about it. At least we can walk home together. Walk home? With him? Hey! I'm kind of a fine catch, you know. I look like Bray Wyatt without tattoos. Come on, it's fine. Mikio reluctantly agrees. It's not something that's occurred to me, but I've already spent a few weeks with these two. My friendship with these two, I think it's the longest I've ever had in years. Despite everything, I feel kind of close to them. Just as I'm about to leave, they stop at the gate for some reason. I look back, wondering what the problem is. What's the matter? Say, Kay, could we visit your place tomorrow? I'm a bit taken aback by the idea. My place. Why my place? We're just curious. We need to know more about a new club member. Why do you need to know more about me? We just want to get to know you. Okay. I think we know what's coming when they come to my room tomorrow, right, Mr. Jones? Time for some hanky-panky. After all, you're our friend, right? I am your friend, yeah. Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind if we visited. Well, okay. I don't like the sound of this. I do like the sound of this, though. Something is amiss. I'm glad that it's okay. You better be home. Mikio continues to berate me as we walk slowly down the districts. I wonder what it's going to be like with both of them in my apartment tomorrow. Let's just hope I survive this deadly game as you play, as you live. Deadly game. You know, they need to bring that back. They need to bring back the Deadly Games tournament just for Survivor Series. Just have one of the world champions be stripped of their belt and we do a tournament one night. Or better idea, bring back the King of the Ring tournament, but don't make it a whole pay-per-view again. Have qualifying matches. The 8 qualifiers go and face off in the tournament. That's what sucked about the last King of the Ring to me when Corbin won it, because they didn't really do it like the normal King of the Ring. It's like, oh, we're just going to have matches every Monday and on Raw and SmackDown, and we're not going to have it at a pay-per-view finale. It's going to be a Raw the finals will be on Raw. Boo. Bring the King of the Ring back, have qualified matches, have the 8 people face off at a pay-per-view, and have them have to win 3 matches to win the crown. At least then you could have some excitement again. They're coming over today. I've managed to get everything relatively clean in preparation. When you live alone, you fail to notice how dirty things get until someone's about to come over. Now, what am I going to do to entertain these two? We can't just sit here and be bored. That'd be awful. Fortunately, I put out my old Adrian battle station out of the cupboard. I haven't even turned on the console in years, but it should work fine. But there's also my tarot deck. Just an odd novelty I bought from my shop once. So video games or tarot deck? Which one would be better? You know, if they were Yu-Gi cards, I'd bust them out. But nah, let's go with the video games. Yeah, the old acclaimed battle station I have should do the trick. Tarot cards require too much explaining for them to be any fun. What if it turned out they actually accurate too? If they did a reading for me, they'll see every detail of my life. I've known them for a while, but I don't want them prying into my life like that. So, video games it shall be. I don't even know if they like video games though. Then again, would they like the tarot cards either? Just as I think that I hear a knocking coming from the front door. They're here. I hope that things will go okay. Opening it up, they turned up in their university uniforms. Good afternoon, Kay. Hello. Nice to see you both too. Come on in. When they entered the apartment, I think there's barely enough room for all of us to fit. I never really intended to have guests over. Maybe I should have moved into a slightly larger apartment? This apartment. It's tiny in here. I can barely move without bumping into someone. As if to illustrate her point, she bumps into Hanamo. Watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. Both of them continue to argue as they settle themselves into my home. Mikio is practically turning over everything she can. For what purpose, I don't know. I know there has to be something in here to find. Like what? Dirty little secrets? I want to know where you're hiding the goods. What goods? You know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is where I hide all my pizzas, okay? And this is where I hide all my anime books. There, happy? Henry doesn't really seem to care, though. If anything, she just looks bored. Then Hanma focuses her eyes on the ancient box that I kept the battle station in. What is this, Kay? Oh, let me see. Miko dives into the box before Hanma can even move. Hey, be careful with that. When you put it that way, you must be hiding something in there. She begins casually tossing old video game discs to the side as she digs through the box containers. I can barely look on in her as she mistreats some of my most valuable possessions. Oh, there's nothing here. I was hoping to find at least one dirty magazine, but nothing. What is wrong with you, Kay? You are way too normal. I haven't recovered from what I just witnessed yet. Mikio, do you realize what was in that box? I really wasn't paying attention. If it's what I think it is, she wanders over and has a look inside herself. It is. It's an original Arcadian battle station. Do you know how rare these things are now? I didn't. She immediately grabs the control and drops herself in front of the television. Well, are we going to play or not? Or do I have to set this up by my... She trips over the controls before she could finish. What the f... Well, Huh. How in the world did that happen? Mr. Jones, I need help. Greg, if you're still here with me, I need help. I'm trying to figure out how she was able to get out of her uniform that quickly and get a controller wire wrapped around her body. By the way, she's wearing a purple bra and purple panties. So, yeah. This is... I'm at a loss for words here, guys, and that doesn't happen very often on my streams. It does not. No, no, no. The cable tangles around her leg as she fails around. Somehow she manages to get it wrapped around her entire body. No matter how much she struggles against it, it quickly binds her. The sliding cards begin to tear open buttons and make her skirt fly up. It's almost as if they become alive. Mommy's alive! Her bra is pulled down too, leaving only a tiny card to protect her monstrosities. She lies there helplessly, her panties plainly visible to see. Mika and I just stand there unsure of what exactly we should do. Stop staring and help me. She tries to undo it herself, but the wires just get more tangled. I'm not sure what I should be more worried about. Fraying the cords of my old Arcane battle station or how I'm going to untangle her. Hang on. Lay still. I slowly reach towards one of the cables. Hanma's eyes slowly watch my hand read towards hers. I tug on the cable, making her squirm a little bit. Not the cable. Which cable then? The one on my... She looks down on her chest. No, I can't do that. I can't touch that. But I need help. Well, okay, as a gentleman, he doesn't want to touch the boobs, you know. But I don't think Hanamo cares. Why do you need to do it? I can do it. Miko tries to untangle it herself. But much to her misfortune, the cables tangle her up too. They're pulling me in. They struggle on top of one another, trying their best to escape. Stop trying, Huno. I'm trying to free myself. You stop moving. Neither of them stop, though. It's not long before they tangled a mess of cables, clothes, and flaying limbs. For what feels like an eternity, they just look back at me. Just don't stay there. Aren't you gonna help us get out of this? Or do you like watching girls struggle helplessly in front of you? I plead the fifth on that question. I do not want to answer that question, because if I answer it either way, I get in fucking trouble, so moving on. Please don't accuse me of being into things like that. Whatever, just do something, anything. I did manage to get them free of the cables eventually. It required me to get a bit hands-on, but I did eventually manage to do it. On the first one here today, Mikio wanders through the door, then puffs up her cheeks when she sees me. We must never speak of what happens again. But I didn't even say anything. Quiet. Time for you to get in the pool. I'll be changed in a minute, so wait here. There. She quickly heads off to the changing room. I just stand there counting the bricks in the wall. My eyes wander down and I notice something. Mikio left her bag here. She usually puts a swimsuit in that bag too. Better give it to her. Oh dear. This is gonna go horribly, horribly wrong. As I wandered into the changing room, I call out, Mikio, Mikio, there's no one in here. Where did she disappear to? Mikio, you left your bag behind. Hot Damn. That's a interesting swimsuit for the pool. I think Porky Pig's getting the stuttering back. It occurs to me that walking into the changing room was a terrible idea. But good for the viewers. But too late for that now. The sight in front of me is quite unbelievable. Standing there in a state of undressing, Miku appears to be wearing her signature blue stripes today. As she pulls her skirt off, she's slowly watching her chest get squished, then gradually break free of the shirt's confines. I'm seeing more stripes than I did before. She simply stands there, her skirt half removed, her shirt half removed, her skirt slightly unraveled. There have been few moments in my life as awkward as this. Well, it says it in the title. It's pretty much about you joining the swim club, more or less. Of course, my buddy Falco is streaming on Twitch right now, Ghost of Tsushima. Of course, this is from the same people that did the Sex Demon game I did earlier a few months back. There have been a few moments in my life as awkward as this. As she slowly turns her eyes to look at me, I had a shiver of dread go down my spine. Okay. What are you doing, stupid? I wanted to give you your bag. She looks at it and slowly realizes the problem. No, don't tell me. You've been going through my clothes, haven't you? I haven't touched your clothes. There's no way that you have it. Angrily, she takes a step forward but realizes that she has other problems. You can see everything. Her bra seems to be a size too small. Though barely enough to cover her... am I really going to say it? It does not seem to do much to support her either. As she moves, I cannot help but notice the earthquakes that are erupting over her face. A trace of land. Wait. Are they in college or high school? They are in college. They are at a university. Ohio State University, to be more specific. Just leave the bag over there. Okay, I'll do that. And stop acting like that. This is so embarrassing for me and you don't even care. But I do care. Her cheeks are so flustered right now. I swear that it's making her dizzy. She awkwardly stumbles over to her bag and clutches it protectively to her chest. Rummaging through it, she desperately searches for a new swimsuit. Where is it? What did you do with my swimsuit? I didn't do anything with it. This must have been your plan all along. Video Game Dad said, okay, hello, yesterday we saw a Cully went to prison. Well, then he'll probably enjoy this game, because that's the only tits he's gonna get, unless Big Bubba shows up. You got one of my swimsuits that I'd have to swim in my panties. You wanted to see more stripes, didn't you? I can't comment on that. That's been your obsession ever since you got here. No, it hasn't. I've actually enjoyed this. After that incident, the swimming lesson continued and ended uneventfully. A boat with Mikio forced me to do even more laps than usual. Hima turned up late, but earlier than she usually does. Now we're all heading home together. And so, walking out of the front gate, both of them seem pensive about something. Kay, I wanted to know something. Yeah, is something wrong? How are your studies doing? In class, you don't pay attention at all. But don't get me wrong, idea. I'm not concerned about you or anything. Bullshit, you're concerned about me. I barely learned anything while I'm here. My complete indifference towards learning is becoming a serious problem. I won't lie, I haven't been doing that well. Why is that? Can't concentrate? Do you really have that much trouble studying? I just don't really care enough, I guess. Maybe it's time you started caring. You're coming over to my place for a study session. A study session? You just said that you weren't doing well, didn't you? I'm going to help you then. I don't really think I can say no. Let's see, it's really fine, or I don't think I can say no. You know what, we're going to say I don't think I can say no. Well, some help wouldn't hurt. Good. We're studying this afternoon then. She has that look in her eye. I don't think she's one of those... It's one of those situations where I can say no. I'll take her up on her offer, okay? It may not seem like it, but she really is a gifted student. What do you mean, it may not seem like it? I'm just teasing. Well, if Hanamo says you're a good student, well, I'm an okay student, I guess. She's being modest. She's at the top of the class, though people tend to overlook that. Mikio seems to grow quite grim as Hanamo says that. I better say something before this escalates into anything. Alright, when do you want to do a study session then? As soon as we can. You can't fail now. Exams are coming soon. She's right. You should really be paying attention to your academics. I get told that enough by someone else. Now I have these two telling me that? But they mean well, just like he does. The study sessions might be fun. Alright, so we're all studying together? I'm afraid I can't. I need to go visit someone. Visit who exactly? My mother. Mikio grabs me by the ear and pulls it towards her. Foolishly, she whispers into it. Back off. That isn't any of your business. This isn't like when Mikio usually angry at me. Alright, sorry, Hunamo. Maybe we can study together next time. It's okay. There's something happening at home right now. So let's just say that things ain't looking too good. Alright, sorry. Don't worry about it. Anyway, enjoy your study session with Mikio. I hope it goes well. She's obviously forcing a smile. Whatever is happening at home is really upsetting her. See you later, Hiromu. I can see her smile disappear as she turns back to us. Slowly she walks away. Look what you've done. Men, we don't know what we did. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You really have no trace at all. If she's being vague about something, it means she doesn't want to talk about it. I know, I feel bad about it. She's obviously hurting at the moment. Mikio huffs as I say that. Whatever. We better get the study session out of the way. After what you did there, you better pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. Don't worry, I will. Good, this way. She beckons me to follow her through the district. It's only a short while before we arrive at our home. She quietly slips through the front door and calls back to me. Come on in. I slowly follow her through her home, leading up to her room. And that's where we're going to end part 1 tonight, guys. So part 2 will be done on Thursday. As many of you guys know, Wednesday will be the pick show, and then we play against the Panthers. So Thursday we'll be finishing this game up after the Jaguars at Bengals game, and then hopefully, if there's enough time, get to Devil May Cry 5 or Ghost of Tsushima. Friday will most likely be Ghost of Tsushima or Devil May Cry, whichever one I can't get to, because I gotta kind of get back to both. Saturday, I will be taking off for college football. Sunday, I will be taking off as well because of the NFL, but then we'll be back on Monday. But until then, I hope everyone has a good night, and I'll see you all next time.